What's up, everyone? Welcome to the May 19th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, you get one free month of Awesemo plus Platinum when you sign up and make a deposit at PrizePicks. Be sure to use the code Awesemo to receive a 100% first deposit bonus up to $100. We only have a 3-game MLB slate tonight, 4 games in the afternoon, 3 at night. So pretty light baseball day, but we're still going to take a look at a couple of the top tournament stacks and top tournament pitchers on DraftKings using the top stacks and top pitchers tool, starting with the two top stacks. Number 2, the Seattle Mariners taking on Rich Hill and the Boston Red Sox. The Mariners have a 4.1 implied run total. Hill's a solid pitcher, typically doesn't go too deep into games. 18.6% strikeout percentage, 4.32 xFIP this year. Not anything special, not horrible, not great, just sort of there. But Seattle does have power in their lineup. They have a 110 WRC plus, 140 ISO so far this season. They're projected for about 19% ownership with an 18% chance of being the top stack, but a 22% chance of being the top value stack as well. And number 1, the Chicago Cubs taking on Zach Gallen tonight. Very difficult matchup as Gallen leads the slate in strikeout percentage at 27.1%. He has a 3.3 xFIP, but it is a short slate, and Gallen's going to get a lot of ownership. The Cubs are very cheap. They have a 29% chance of being the top value stack. They're projected for about 21% ownership with an 18% chance of being the top stack. They've been slightly below league average in terms of production this year with a 95 WRC plus, but there's a lot of leverage to be had here against Gallen. Looking at the top 2 tournament pitchers, number 2, George Kirby taking on the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox have been below average offensively this year, 89 WRC plus, 21.3% strikeout percentage for the Red Sox. Kirby's made a couple of starts in the major league so far with mixed results, but he is one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. He has very, very good stuff. He's currently only projected for 8% ownership. I do think that comes up by lock, but he's projected for a 29% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. So there's a pretty big gap there to where Kirby would still be projected to be underowned. And on top of that, he's also projected with a 27% chance of being the best value pitcher, being a top 2 value pitcher. And the top tournament pitcher tonight is Zach Gallen taking on the Chicago Cubs. I mentioned the Cubs as a good leverage stack, with it being a short slate, but Gallen does lead the slate in strikeout percentage at 27.1%. xFIP is around 3.3. He's $10,300, projected for 47% ownership with a 42% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, a 22% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. And while the Cubs have only been slightly below average in terms of offensive production this year, they do have a 24.7% strikeout percentage. So to recap, the top 2 tournament stacks, the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs, and the top 2 tournament pitchers, George Kirby and Zach Gallen.